Hello, welcome back to my vlog. This time I am in New York City for a couple of days. I used the Uber Shuttle this time. So as you all know, New York is pretty expensive, and to commute from the airport to the city center takes like $100 or more. And then I found out about the Uber Shuttle that is like less than that price, which is like about $34. So I decided to use it from the airport. It was pretty comfortable. We're not a lot of people, and at this point I'd already got into the city center. I was staying at Times Square this time around. I always prefer to stay in the city center while I'm visiting the country for the first time. This was the hotel I stayed at. I'm going to link the hotel review I did in another video up here, so you can go watch a detailed review of the hotel. It was one hotel that I really love, so I recommend for sure. This is the view from my hotel. I was on the 40th floor. First things first, I go get changed because I am here with my friend Rachel, and we decided to go see the city. Fun fact, Rachel has lived in the US for a very long time, so it was good for her to be here with me because she took me around to see most of the popular places. As you can see, I'm really excited. It's my first time in New York. I was just taking videos and dancing and enjoying my time here. This is just, I think what surprised me the most was Times Square is just full of billboards, like ads placements all across the city, or the Times Square itself. But it was really nice to see. And while you're walking on the road, there's Rachel again, by the way. While you're walking on the road, you see some photographers, professional photographers, taking your pictures, and they would print it out to you in like 10 minutes. Or it's for like $10 or $20, but I didn't do it. Anyway, Rachel took me to Dallas Barbecue. Can you see the portion sizes? It was extra large. I asked for corn on the cob, and they brought me like a full corn, which Yoruba they call agbado. I was so confused. But yeah, as you can tell, I didn't finish my food. But this mocktail was delicious. That was Rachel's drink. Mine was the other one. When we were done, we took a walk around the city. We decided to go to, I think, Target and CVS. But of course, it was close to Times Square. And so this is how it gets packed at night. It's never really empty, to be honest. And I saw this tricycle that you typically see in London. It was really funny to see. And this is our goods from Target. And this is Rachel posing for the camera before we decided to leave. At this point, we're at Midtown East. I've left the location tags just so you can see where I'm at every point in time. And I decided to take this bus on another day, but not on this night. But we decided to use the yellow cab in NYC. And this is me and Rachel in the car. I was so excited. Oh my God, wow. But anyway, this is some of the spoils from Target. And then this was Times Square again, because this is close to our hotel. Like literally once you come out of our hotel, that's it. And on the next day, we decided to go have proper American breakfast, all thanks to Rachel. At this point, we're just dancing and excited for the day. This was pretty early, and Rachel was going to leave New York on this day. And so we had some breakfast at Carnegie Diner and Cafe, which is what you saw earlier. But that was our breakfast, which was so delicious. And when we were done, we went back to the hotel, had a change of clothing. We took some pictures, and we decided to, pose and then leave. Next thing was for me to go on a bus tour of New York. So Rachel had already gone to the airport by this point. It was now me alone in New York. And I took the bus tour from just like 2-3 minutes walk from my hotel, and I decided to do the downtown New York tour. So there are different types. There's downtown New York, there's midtown New York, but I decided to go for downtown New York because of the places that I potentially would see. Also, another fun fact is when I was trying to pay for the ticket, you could decide to pay with the people on the stand, that the people you meet by the bus, or you pay on Get Your Guide. I decided to go for Get Your Guide because it was cheaper. Anyway, this is me in some parts of downtown New York. I left all of the pin. While you're on this tour bus, which I think I did in my Lisbon vlog as well, you get a earphone, and it starts to tell you the history of every city you pass by, or every street that you pass by, just for you to get some feel of, okay, this is why this was created. This is what people do a lot when they come to this part of the city. This is New York Library as well. And it was really interesting because I imagine if I had just taken cabs and gone to specific location, I wouldn't know in depth about specific areas within New York City, especially within the Times Square and downtown New York region. And it was really interesting. I was really, really happy that I took the bus tour. This is Koreatown. I was so excited to see this, and I took a detour when the bus tour ended just so that I could go explore it more. And one fun fact or another thing to note here is while you're on the bus tour, if any of these particular locations interest you, you could come down and explore it in more depth. And then you see another bus that runs, I think, every 20 minutes, and you can always hop back in to the next location. That was the Flatiron building that we saw earlier. I passed by the Brooklyn Bridge. I'd always wanted to go on that, but it was so sunny. To be honest, really tired. I couldn't just hop up the bus, but definitely I'm going to do New York again by God's grace. It was so nice to be on that bus tour. I just fell in love more with New York. And one thing I liked about New York is that it is almost similar to London. It felt like I was in London. I know a lot of people complain that Times Square is so busy. It's like a very busy market, but I quite liked it, to be honest. And yes, there's a lot of people gathered around. I don't know if they have a tourist off season, but I mean, it was fine for me. But I definitely recommend you can take it in bits. If you don't want to see everything all at once, you can be like me, jump up on the bus and just see it from the top of the bus. Take your pictures, your videos, and anywhere you feel like, oh, this is of interest to me, you can up off, right? But I didn't up off this time around. But yeah, one thing that fascinated me the most is what we are approaching, which is the World Trade Center. After what had happened 9/11, may God rest their soul, the people who lost their lives. This is the newest version of the World Trade Center. It was quite impressive to see what they had done with this. And it was from the bus store, from the mic on the bus store, they said it was shaped like two wings of an airplane to commemorate what had happened. And I really, really like that we passed through this place. And everywhere felt really peaceful being on top of the bus. There's one part I really missed that I really wanted to go. I think it was on 5th Street, or I don't remember the street, but it had these huge, giant boxes of Louis Vuitton, which I really would have loved to go. But unfortunately, this bus store didn't take that route, but it was fine. This was the Meatpacking District. I tried to zoom in here. I really liked the way those white things were structured, and I found that quite interesting. And that's why I took that video. But at some point when you start to move past the popular tourist locations, you just see more cars, less people, but you kind of get an idea of what the streets were and everything that makes sense about it. At the top there, I think there was a very high pier 50 something, I don't remember, but I was supposed to go for that, but then I got tired. But I think you can get all of your experience tickets on Get Your Guide. This is not sponsored. I really like that specific building in there. It was also part of another experience that I wanted to go see, but I didn't go for that. Definitely have to do New York again, because look at the gems that are in this city. So many things to do. If you just do a quick search on Get Your Guide, you see so many activities that you can do. I think there was another rooftop that I wanted to go for, but anyway, I decided to use the subway. Geez, I think I didn't see an escalator here. This really surprised me, because mode of transportation that is easiest in London is the subway, but this wasn't so easy to navigate. I wanted to go to Joe's Pizza because it was popular on TikTok. The crowd chased me away, so I didn't stay. I decided to go to this place called Little Pizza, and I think I bought just 2 slices. I'll give you a review shortly. I don't think I liked it as much, but of course, like I said, I went to explore Koreatown, so I went to Hashi Market and I got some matchas, which I really, really like, but almost ended my life. But anyways, when I was done, I just walked around for a bit, and I think I saw Ulta Beauty Store. I was like, okay, I'm coming here tomorrow. But this was my stash from Hashi Market. Oh my God, I almost died after taking this. It was well done, and it wasn't really good for my iron levels. But anyways, this is another view from my hotel. Again, I was on the 40th floor, and I called ahead to make sure that they keep me on the 40th floor, which you can do when you're booking a stay with them. I just did a happy dance, and I decided to go to Lagos TSQ. So this is a Nigerian restaurant in the middle of Times Square. I had moi moi and asun. Thankfully, the server was so kind to tell me that the spice levels are too high, and I'm glad that she did, because that was super spicy. I wanted the pepper soup, but I couldn't. But anyway, this is another view of Times Square at night. That food, 10 over 10, by the way, definitely recommend. At this point, I was so happy to be here. My hotel is just was just like 2 minutes away. Anyway, this was my last and final day in New York. I decided to go to Sephora for the second time. I think I'd gone to Sephora on the first day or the second day with Rachel, and I really like that picture of Beyonce on the billboard, which is why I did that video. These are the up-off and up-on bus I was talking about. They're always around. You can just either walk there and request to go in, or you just book an experience on Get Your Guide. This was a Sephora. They had this nice display at the entrance, and these are the photographers I was telling you about that always take pictures. But I got my stash from Sephora, and I went back to the hotel. I was just enthralled by this view every time I would pass because the billboards keep changing. There was also the option for you to like send your picture to the billboard. I didn't do that. I went to Chick-fil-A and decided to buy those lip glosses, which I absolutely love. It's the best lip gloss I've ever used. And then I saw Grand Central Terminal on my way to the airport. In the same vein of trying to save money from the first time when I came into the city, I decided to take the Uber Shuttle again. I think the best way to get it, you don't easily see it when you land at the JFK airport. So what you can do is once you get to the airport and you're in, like, I don't remember the name of the terminal now, just search on Uber, you see the shuttle option. But yeah, it was a lovely time in New York City. I was back at the hotel. This was lounge room, which wasn't so great. And this is me heading back to London. I'm in the sky. Thankful to have come to New York City. Definitely want to do it again. I really had an amazing time. Thank you guys for always watching and leaving a comment on my video. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Like I said earlier, feel free to go watch the NYC hotel tour. It's a really lovely hotel that I definitely recommend. Back home, back to my city. I'll speak to you in the next vlog. Bye. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, watch, comment, and share.